We're about news, commentary, conversations, truth, liberty, and God. We stand for American values and our flag. We believe that the Constitution is a document that fortifies rights already given to us by our Creator. We will not apologize for our love of God and country, ever. We are Right America Media.
We're experiencing the diversity. All right, just got to warn you guys that our producer has been pounding, what the hell are these things? Vodka seltzers this evening.
Delicious.
So it's, these are disgusting.
No, they're not.
Ah, they're horrible. So you want to drink something that's real, right? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, welcome to Shadow Band, where we strive each and every week to see how quickly we can get banned for producing unoriginal and what is it? Sensitive? I don't know what the hell it's unoriginal. And hello, pulse check. Anybody? Yeah. What's the accusation that the content is not? It's not original.
It's not original.
Yeah.
It's what is it? Not original. It's
Not original.
A QR code, and it's low quality.
Low quality. Yeah. So when we talk about intellectual things, that's low quality. But if I were a 450-pound hood rat twerking, in front of my, impoverished welfare food eating, crotch fruits, well, then that would be high quality content, because that's what TikTok wants you watching. Not things that challenge the norms, not things that talk about politics and actually expand a person's mind and, incentivize critical thinkings. No, we want to watch 500-pound ghetto rats shaking their welfare asses of, 500 pounds worth of fried food, and that's quality programming to the TikTok crowd.
And their
Good.
EBT halls.
Yeah, ew, yeah, ew is right. So it's disgusting. Nobody wants to look at it.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm going to Greece on Thursday, so I'm real good.
Are you? That's
Yes.
right. So is that the stage performance, right?
To Greece?
Yeah.
No, the country.
Oh, the country. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to
Yeah.
go to a local. No. I know what you mean. Haven't been there. It's on the bucket list.
It's awesome.
So, yeah.
It's my second time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
We're going to go to Athens and then Mykonos.
Ah, that's island, right? Mykonos
Yes.
Island? Yeah, okay. I think that's what I've seen pictures of. Looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's
So,
nice.
Mediterranean is
Excited.
very nice. And I want to welcome... I'm not the only Keith in the studio tonight. Let's just say that. We have Keith Sanders. Keith Sanders.
Nice to be here.
It is good to see you again, my friend.
Been a minute.
Yeah, it has been
Friend
quite a
of
while.
choice.
So Sanders is what is your socio-political persuasion there, Skip?
I lean a little bit to the left, with the rest of the normal thinking people in this
The
nation.
normal thinking people. Okay.
I did want to say I enjoyed the banter with some racism and a hint of fat phobia in there. That was nice.
So,
I wasn't saying it.
I mean, the truth hurts, right? I mean, it's. Well, let me ask you a question. What's who's the Sydney Sweeney? Is that what it is? I don't know.
Yes.
Sydney
She's on
Sweeney. Are you part of the crowd?
one giving fascism, the one
What?
giving.
Did anyone watch
Nazi
Euphoria? She's
propaganda.
fantastic in that.
Are you part of the kerfuffle, the aftermath of the Sydney Sweeney? Did you find that offensive?
Well, I don't know if I found it offensive so much as I found it a bit fascistic, I think is the word, in that we're talking about genes and a higher order of genetics from a white blonde-haired girl with blue eyes. It's rather off-putting and derogatory towards BIPOCs.
I'm sorry. Towards what?
The BIPOC community. You're aware, yes?
BIPOC.
What is that?
What is a BIPOC?
Oh, I could have sworn at the beginning you also said you were intellectuals having intellectual conversations. Did I get that wrong?
We're
must have.
critically
So
thinking
it's
individuals who don't
indigenous
who don't
colors.
see. And this is the beautiful game that you guys love to play. This wordsmithing.
Yeah.
That it's this
Language is important.
it's
Yeah,
this
what's that?
quasi-intellectualism that you use to elevate yourself amongst people that you're supposed to be unified with, but you look down your noses on. BIPOC. Just answer the question. What is a BIPOC? Maybe there's people watching the
already
show
said it.
who don't know what a BIPOC is, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know
might not
because
have
I
heard
don't
it
have
because
time to
it
keep
was
up with the
something
leftist liberal glossary. So
Black,
enlighten me.
indigenous, and people of color.
What is it?
Black, indigenous,
I said
and
that a
people of
minute
color.
ago.
Black, indigenous people of color.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's amazing that the tolerant left sees the differences. It's funny. I don't really, to be honest with you, look at black or white or anything else. I look at the quality and the content of a person's character.
Same.
And, listen, there are scumbags and there are good people. I really don't care what your skin color is. But I'm always amazed at the need for people on the left to categorize people based on outward appearances. Black, indigenous people of color. Why not just say a person? Why do we have to characterize? Are we pandering for some special need that we feel we're entitled to because we're separating ourselves? And if that's the case, aren't we just self-isolating?
Aren't people different inherently and have different lived experiences, and shouldn't they be addressed as the different and unique people that they are?
So do we have to, how far does it go and where does it end?
It goes until we have equity in this nation for those that have been marginalized, and we can't do that if we can't identify who they are. I'm pretty sure it was your president who said that we have to identify ISIS and others as as Islamic terrorists. So in following your approach and your supreme leader's approach, we have to be able to identify folks for who they are and their different lived experiences so we can meet them where they are and meet their individual needs.
So the first error in your thinking, Keith, is assuming that this is my president and my leader. I am a cuck for no man. I'm an American. I'm a patriot. And I will tear Trump apart just as quickly as I would tear Biden apart. So your first error is assuming that I'm a blind sycophant kook or cuck to Trump, which you are incorrect about. But anyway, as you stand corrected,
Strong
please
word.
continue.
I'm not sure why you had to bring up that word, but I haven't been introduced formally to your co-host. I think beforehand we had a chance to say hello.
Yes,
Was
hi.
it Kristen? Or
I'm Kristen,
Christine?
yes. Hello, Kristen.
Hi.
Hi.
I think we understood that we were both neighbors. I come from a more liberal state right next door, beautiful state of Vermont. I know you New Hampshireites kind of look over at the Green Mountains in awe, in envy.
If that helps you to sleep
Yeah.
better at night, Keith.
So why'd you
then,
move?
yeah,
Why'd you move to
yeah.
Florida? Why'd you move from a lovely blue state run by the Bernie to DeSantis Island, DeSantis land?
Well, Christine, you understand that Bernie doesn't
Kristen.
run local governance, correct? Oh, sorry about that. Kristen, you
Well,
understand
he
that
seems to have a
Bernie
high
doesn't run local
presence up there.
governance.
The Bernie Bros. He did for a while as mayor of Burlington.
Again, when was that?
It was a while ago, but he's still, he's
A
up
little
there.
bit ago, right?
Yeah.
So again,
Part of his
I was
double
informed we had
dipping.
intellectuals, and again, now we have someone who thinks a senator has say over local governance. But that being said, I serve our nation, flying this aircraft behind me.
I can't really see
and
what
then
it is.
later,
What is it?
That's a B-52.
Oh, nice.
Great band, by the way.
Yeah. So what do you do
Great one.
now?
I've listened to the B-52s while flying a B-52. Now I
Have you
design
really?
new
That's cool.
airplanes.
That's
Now you
actually
do-
cool.
You
Yeah,
what?
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually sat
designed
in
new
Philadelphia.
airplanes.
I sat in an Irish bar in Philadelphia, and I had a Philadelphia cheesesteak while eating or listening to Philadelphia Freedom. So I don't know. Maybe that's a shared experience. I have not listened to a
That's
B-52
almost as
song
cool.
in a B-52, but
It's pretty cool.
so.
Over Afghanistan, being a war hero, but I digest.
What did you do in the military?
I was a B-52 navigator.
You're a navigator.
Oh, a navigator.
Okay. And
Okay.
what was the were you carrying payloads or what were you can you talk about that?
Yeah, we carry bombs, which is what B is in B-52.
So you were bombing people who were
Yeah.
different, right? Based upon religious, socio, and ideological parameters.
I was following lawful orders.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Remember the Nuremberg defense? I was just
Mm-hmm.
I was just following orders.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
are you likening the American government to the Nazi government? Did you just do that? You
No,
didn't do that.
that's a
You didn't
false
just do that.
comparison. That's a cognitive bias. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm drawing a parallel between what you said, which is following orders, and I guess the question would be, when you say I'm following a lawful order, what defines what a lawful order is or is not? Is it the
Have you
source of
served?
the order?
Have you served?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you know what it is, right? I mean, do we
Well, no,
really need
I'm
to-
asking you. I mean, you made a statement, so I'm just asking you. When you say a lawful order, if you want to invoke Nazism and fascism, okay, so the SS
us
they
invoked it.
were following orders, right? They were following orders to round people up and execute people, and
You're doing it again.
you know, the Vietnamese they were following their orders.
Now you're likening-
Che Guevara was following orders. So I know, but I mean, it's a
Okay,
legitimate
so now
question. What is
Nazis, the
what-
Vietnamese, and Che Guevara? You're likening
Pol
our
Pot,
military following lawful
Pol Pot,
orders.
Lenin?
Pol Pot.
I
Man,
mean, you
you're
could
really digging.
just you could
Let's
just
keep digging. The
you could
answer's
get,
down there somewhere, buddy.
but I'm curious though. What is, especially being in the military, you follow an order. Now we know what the UCMJ is, and we know the concept that you have a legal, moral, and ethical obligation to disobey an unlawful order. Would you say that?
Correct.
Okay. So no, in all seriousness, I'm not poking fun. At what point and what is the metric or the litmus test for determining the legality of an order?
So you have to look at what the order is given to you, and you have to weigh it against the UCMJ, your understanding of it. You have to understand it against the mission, what's been approved by the commander in chief. And then you also have to take up with your local JA or JAG, depending on your branch, and if you need to, and get clarification for it.
So you would do that if
I'm
you
not
were
sure
in a
if I need
plane
a
being
lesson
ordered to
on
drop a.
this.
So let me give you a hypothetical. So if you're in a plane flying over enemy territory and you're given an order to drop, say for instance, a nuclear weapon, would you? Maybe that's an exaggeration, but let's say a Moab.
I'll give you a real one, Keith. We don't
Okay.
have to do hypothetical. I'll give you a real one. So I was in Iraq, and I was what's called the Air Liaison Officer, and that meant I was the Air Force represented for the Army.
Okay.
And we had a Predator feed, and we were watching some Iraqis digging on the side of the road. That is indicative of placing an IED, right? So we see it. It looks like they're doing that. And I was ordered by the battle captain. I was Air Force, he was Army, and I was ordered to drop. I had some aircraft in the area. I won't say what they were. They were armed. They could have prosecuted it, but I needed what was called personal identification, and there were certain levels that had to be met in order for that to be a met criteria that I could then strike it in what I believe would have been it was a troops of contact situation, but a type 2 engagement for that engagement. Okay, so here's the thing: I didn't have personal identification, and so I declined the order to drop. And then I was yelled at, I was screamed at, I had chaw spit all over my face as this battle captain was trying to get me to drop. I refused, and then I was kicked out. They later were able to get personal identification and found out it was Iraqi Army that was setting up a checkpoint. So I was told to drop on them. I didn't have all criteria met, and had I dropped on them, I would have killed Iraqi Army. So I have an exact scenario where that happened, and I did the right thing.
Okay. No, I mean that's a legitimate situation. Ask the
Very
question.
legitimate.
There was a number of years ago. There was a survey. It was a 29 Palm survey. 500 Marines were asked a variety of questions, and one of the questions was a hypothetical situation where the United States government has now outlawed firearms. There were pockets of resistance, people who were refusing to give up their arms, citing the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. Would you fire upon American citizens who refused to give up their firearms? And there was a surprising number of respondents in that 29 Palm survey who answered yes. If they were given the order to fire on American citizens, they would do that. If you were posed with that question, how would you answer that?
So we're to protect and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So if it has been deemed unconstitutional at this point, if there's been another amendment which has nullified that, or any other means that they went through that it was legally nullified and folks in America no longer had the right, then it is now a lawful order and you have to defend the Constitution as it stands.
Okay, and then the
I'm really
hypothetical
not sure
scenario
this is
that
what
was put
the-
forth, what was it?
I'm really not sure. Does anybody find this interesting? How Keith would follow the UCMJ or my oath of office?
No, I'm just curious what your answers would be, because when you start talking about following orders, I was just following orders. I mean, again, it's very, very interesting, but it's a slippery slope as well too. So, anyway,
I think I had a pretty good lived experience example of not blindly doing what I was ordered to do and saved lives.
now I will say that I spent far less time in the military than I did in law enforcement. So same exact thing. If I had a superior who instructed me to do something that violated the constitutional rights of a person in my jurisdiction, then I'm faced with a decision. Do I obey this order and now potentially find myself on the business end of a criminal federal deprivation of constitutionally protected rights, criminal action, and then also a civil action as well too. So, I mean, it's a very interesting conversation, and I think it's very interesting, especially when you're looking at people who may not necessarily be snuggled up close to each other on the political spectrum, how they would answer those questions. So,
All right, so I think we kind of see eye to eye on that.
so yeah. Wouldn't
Wow.
be the first time you and I have seen eye to eye on some things, Sanders. I know deep down inside there's a conservative just screaming to get out. So we just gotta.
Well,
We
I leaned left, and I think rationally. But we haven't heard from your co-host. Do you have any questions for me, Kirsten?
Well, I wasn't military, Air Force, none of that. So I just let you guys banter on for that.
But you do work at Market Basket.
I do work at Market Basket. Yes.
Yes.
I'm a cashier.
So you're the
Front-end
whoa,
manager.
whoa. You're the head cashier.
That's right.
Yes. So
Yes,
she's
I
the
am.
head cashier at Market Basket.
Yes, it's a local grocery chain.
I don't
Sanders
know
of-
one. I know.
It's no Publix, believe me.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
got Publix
you have
down
us
here.
beat.
We have Grand Union on
Yeah.
the Vermont side and Price Chopper.
Publix is really good. I like a pub sub.
They make a really, really good sub.
They do.
Sanders, do you agree with that?
It takes
Or
like,
do you not shop at
it
Publix
takes like
because
20
they're
minutes to get a sub.
yeah you gotta pre-order that stuff.
Yeah, you pre-order it and it's still, I'm telling you, you pre-order it and it's still not ready when you get there.
Well, that's
my
why you got to.
lived experience.
That's why you have to sit down and get on your social media and then just Uber Eats it. So
Yeah, there you go.
next thing you know, it will just show up. So
How about if we just go to the
what was it? Oh, the Doom Scroll. Ooh.
where each one of you is going to tell us what you think and what you think about what the other people think. So let's start with this one.
Ian here is now at Ulta, and I'm here to see this
Oh.
for the first time, you guys. Hi, what's your name? Nice to meet you, Paulina. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
So mad this at Alta.
Nice to meet you, Lil. We're gonna see what Javian hair looks like at Ulta for the first time. It's gonna be Ulta fun. Okay, let's see it.
Kristen,
I love Alta, and now I have mixed feelings. I saw that. My friend sent it to me.
What is going on?
He
there?
was on.
Why do we have mixed feelings?
I'm a woman, and Alta's. I don't really want to buy a product from a man dressed as that. Like, I don't know. That's not. No, I'm good. No.
So you have a bias towards somebody because of the clothes they wear, and that will mean you won't buy a product.
And that I have a problem because he is an over exaggerated. He wants to be like an over exaggerated female version. Like that's not how
Do
women
you know
really
him?
act. Oh,
Or
I can
them,
see.
I should probably say. Do you
I
know
can see
them?
from that clip, like that's, and I've watched him many a times on Instagram and TikTok, and he's an over exaggerated female version, kind of like that
So
Dylan
you might say
Mulvaney.
you have an internalized bias towards a person that you don't know.
Yeah, because as
That-
a woman,
That's a choice. Okay.
yeah. So I will not buy his products, and I'm calling into him because he is just a dude in a dress.
Well, can you make a choice between it and him? They may find at least one of those
I'm gonna call him a
less
him. He's a
offensive.
him.
Okay, that's a nice step in the right direction. I'm
Yeah,
proud
he's
of
a
you.
him. He's a him. But yeah, no, I don't. No, I'm good.
So what does that do for you not buying a product because you have a bias against somebody who also wants to buy that product? What does that do for you?
I mean, people can make their choices. If a girl wants to go in and buy that, his product, by all means, go in. But I'm not.
I guess we all have choices, and I'm glad you've made that choice to
Yeah,
let your
exactly.
bias drive whether or not you'll consume a product that you want.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
the
what I'm hearing.
consumer, and I can choose how I want to spend my money, and that's not how I'm going to spend it.
All right, we all have choices. I'm more
Exactly.
of the accepting, and I don't
So are you
really
going to
need
go into
to
Ulta
have
and try
somebody
his
dress
his
or
hair
look like me.
products? Are you going to try his hair
Well,
products?
my daughters do, and I'm
Oh,
not going to
good.
tell them
Okay.
not to because
Exactly. It's
somebody
choice. They can,
dresses differently
yeah,
than me.
they can go in and buy it.
I, don't-
Yeah.
I might encourage you to take some time to see
Yeah.
just that this person is expressing themselves, or not
Yeah,
see
they
it
can
at all.
express
Like we'll take the
themselves
lead
all
off
they
of
want, but I don't have to support
we'll
them
take
and
the
spend
lead
my
off of the
money
other
on it.
Keith, and don't see them as different types of people.
Yeah. Well, you can choose to have your daughter spend their money on that, but that's not how I'm going to spend my money.
Okay, I won't beat you up too long about your biases, but I appreciate you
Okay.
being honest that you are
That's
biased.
fine.
All right, guys. I have another one. This one may not be as controversial as the last one, but this is.
I didn't think that was controversial.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
All right, I didn't think it was controversial either.
What
I
agreement?
think it's
I
I
just
think
saw
it's
it personally.
it's silly.
Yeah, I think it's silly too.
How about this one? If the Lady in Red, the song "The Lady in Red" was written
Is that the
today,
Chris de Burgh song from the 80s?
Yeah. Oh, if it was written today, how would it be? And this is how it would be.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, I think if
What?
a woman was singing that, it'd be a little bit different. And having a cisgendered straight white man sort of sing that about women doesn't really seem like the best vessel for that.
I have
But
not
I could see
seen
the lyrics
that.
were funny if maybe a woman was singing it to empower other women.
So
But
the
it
first
being a cisgendered straight white man with his privilege doesn't really strike me very well.
who is actually singing that?
Yeah. Is he TikTok famous or something?
yeah, that's the.
Is
he
that Chris?
sing-
That's Chris de Burgh.
No. That's
Oh.
Reginald. His name is Reginald.
Okay.
Yeah, in TikTok.
Because the guy's got a hell of a voice.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he does.
pretty good.
He
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in the era of Cardi B's
Yeah.
wet ass pussy,
Which is empowering
this
for women.
this would that's very empowering for women. Yes. Yes, you elevate your status
I
as a
wouldn't know
woman.
this, but
Oh,
I've
hold
been
on,
told
hold
this
on,
by
hold on.
women.
Don't I'm not going to cut it off. So you elevate your status by referring to yourself and treating yourself and putting yourself into the world as a cheapened whore. And then you cry foul when men treat you like a cheap whore.
Yeah.
Because
Her
it's
husband
my
cheated on her.
privilege. It's my privilege as that female to put myself out there as a whore. But if you take that bait, then you're doing something wrong.
Sounds a little bit like why were you wearing the short skirt, right, Keith? A little bit. Like what did you do to invite that? Is that a little bit
If I
conflated
no,
there?
actually, I didn't say that. You're the one that's drawing a false comparison. So if you're going to compare somebody putting a song, and I'll put that in air fingers quotes and use that term very loosely, that referring to wet ass pussy, referring to how heavily lubricated her vaginal cavity gets in various scenarios. If you're going to equate that with a person well, it's classy. It's not me who wrote the lyrics, and it's not me who's playing it on a radio station, and it's not me who's making that type of degenerate filth available to children. But if you want to make the comparison between the lyrics to that song and a person wearing short shorts, I don't know how you can possibly compare that because that's not a comparison that is even remotely accurate. But I guess if that's how you see your world.
So when you said they say these lyrics and they don't like to be treated that way,
Mhm.
that was me referencing that part when I said, aren't you saying that's a little bit like, why were you wearing the short skirt? So I'm not referencing that. I'm pointing out that you're referencing that.
I never
So when
mentioned
you
the.
say she's getting treated a certain way, that's and I gave you a comparison. I gave you, isn't it a like this? And so I'm not drawing that comparison. I'm pointing out that you've said this person's had some lyrics, so then other people treating them a certain way is their fault. Is that what you're asserting?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
So
Okay.
what were you trying to get across when you said, hold on real quick,
You
when you said that she has those lyrics and then these people treat her like that and she's got a problem? What were you trying to get across there? Because I missed it.
No, I'm just saying, I'm drawing the comparison, first of all, that if a song, and I'll put that again in air fingers quotes and use that term very loosely, like Cardi B's Wet Ass Pussy has become now socially acceptable, then I guess, this hypothetical remake of Chris de Burgh's Lady in Red is perfectly acceptable. No matter how you slice it, it's a perfect example of how degeneracy has become commonplace in our society. You may look at this and go, oh, well, this is just the evolution of a liberated woman speaking out. To me, as a conservative Christian,
Maybe you
I
should have
look
a
at
hard
this
time
and
that
say
she's a
it's
black,
disgusting.
strong
It's
woman.
immoral. It's unethical. And to be honest with you,
According to
any
you?
person who has an iota of self-respect would never be up there writing lyrics about vaginal lubrication.
She doesn't care. She just wants
Say
money.
you.
I'm sorry?
So nobody sees it's a little problematic that a cisgendered straight white male with all of his privilege was singing about women like that. Nobody had a problem with that. Christina, do you have a problem with that?
Oh my gosh, it's Kristen.
I'm sorry.
Kristen.
Get a piece of paper and write the proper
Not
pronunciation
Christine,
of her
not
down.
Christina, Kristen.
Of her name down.
Kristen.
No, it's a song. It's a
Got it.
song. It's a song. I'm not going to get offended over a song like that. If the guy was singing it
So
to
we don't get
me,
offended over WAP, like
I,
other kids did?
I don't particularly like Cardi B, but heck, she made a hit of a song and she made money off of it and everyone loves it. And you know what? Her husband cheated
Well,
on her.
not
She got
everybody. Don't
divorced.
lump me in
Yeah.
that category. I'm
A certain
neither
group.
handing over my money nor am I giving my time.
No, a certain
to
group
that
of people
degeneracy.
like that song. But
You have to question the
seen a lot about
intelligence
the
of a
song.
person
Yeah,
who
I've heard it.
who likes that sort of thing. A person who is entertained by that.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's the equivalent of a 12-year-old getting off on fart humor.
I don't
It's
even
great
know
when
why
you're
she
12
wasn't
years old,
canceled.
but when you're an adult, you should probably have higher intellectual aspirations than seeking out the
So
lyrics
we're
of
not
somebody
gonna
like
do
that.
the round of jokes from before we went live, Keith, and your 12-year-old humor. We're not going to do that. Let's go to the next one.
You bastard, you!
Yeah.
You can't invoke that. Oh no!
you guys are
well-
both saying
not
some
to.
jokes.
Well, let me tell you something. I think if we were to tell the jokes on air that we were both telling,
You guys would both be canceled.
then we would. Well, we've already
I
been
told you an
canceled. so-
accounting joke.
Huh?
I told you an accounting joke.
Yeah. but-
Yeah.
But I'm ready. I'm ready for
Yeah.
the next one. Come on, let's go.
the next
one.
joke. What's the? Oh, you want a joke or do you want the next clip?
No,
I'll give you a
I want some
joke.
Doom scroll.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
get some doom scroll.
I had a good joke for you.
After the tone. Yes, hi. I'm calling about the new AC that was installed yesterday in our home. It's not cooling like it should, so I wanted to see if someone can stop by and take a look at it. Thank you, and I greatly appreciate it. To replay your message, press 1. Hello, Jess. I got an air conditioning yesterday, and it's not very good looking. It's no work. So I need some people to come and check it out, please, right away. It's very hot outside.
It's very hot outside.
Well, being the
Oh, is this
Hispanic,
what you
I,
sound like?
I think that I truly believe I don't have an accent.
The Puerto
So-
Rican guy. I can say
Why-
that because we're friends.
Kristen, why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Are you laughing at my accent?
A little bit.
If you actually tried to crank the accent up a little bit, like really tried to play it out, let's hear it.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what is it. What you want me to do?
It doesn't. That doesn't.
No.
No.
What do you
No.
want
No.
us to do?
No.
No.
No, he's got the bad grammar. Yeah,
Well, yes,
I hear it.
yes.
All right, so let me. I mean, obviously, all three of us are sitting here in silence after watching whatever the hell that was that we just watched. So I guess let me be the first one to pose the question. What?
I know.
Why?
Is she?
What's the what?
Well, I guess she's making her fun of herself.
Okay,
I
so
think it's self-deprecating.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
making
so-
fun of her.
So since
Her-
since
her-
I'm the Hispanic here,
Yeah.
and I can
I wanna
actually
explain it.
and I can actually be racist, you white bread people, okay, you white breads, don't get it. Don't get it. We don't think we sound that bad when we talk. And when she was just putting that message on the voicemail there, she thought she was sounded good. When we don't
Juan, I
sound
got
like
the joke. I don't know that they got the joke. I got the joke.
I got the joke, but I wasn't sure if it was, she's making fun of herself. She's acting like a stereotypical Latina. I don't know.
This, by the way, is what TikTok considers original, high quality content.
I know. How many views did that get? I'm not on TikTok, so I got rid of it.
Okay, guys. So I have one. Let me see. Let me give one more before we have a surprise here, okay? Because we do have a big
a
surprise.
surprise.
what is
Ooh,
it?
I like that.
Hold on a second. Okay.
I'm gonna bet $100 that Kristen doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah, he got it. What?
I
Who?
got it.
Okay, you got
That
it.
I don't what?
That you don't know the surprise.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Do you know the surprise?
But Juan told you. You didn't tell us.
Right.
Oh, fair.
Okay, hold on a second. So here's the last. This is how. If you keep giving me more high news, this will be me on our way out of the
Okay.
studio.
Oh, I saw. This is hilarious.
Nobody moves. Oh, there they are.
Anyway,
The timing to get that on a video is pretty good.
That's just Juan.
The
getting off
pride-
plane.
The pride her parents must feel watching her
That looks
idiot
like-
daughter
That looks like
stumble.
no. That looks like an older lady. That looks like like her kids are watching
Yeah.
her stumble.
Well, maybe her mother's watching her. I don't know.
anyway. So I think
we've all stumbled at some point. No.
Oh yeah.
yes. I think we have a
All right,
surprise.
you ready?
Oh, what is
Okay,
it?
what's the
You
surprise?
want to tell a surprise? You want me to tell a surprise?
I think you should tell the surprise.
Wait.
Kristen, I'm not a liberal. I'm actually a staunch conservative. They
What?
wanted me to come on here.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Pretend. I knew you wouldn't get it.
We all knew except
Yeah.
you.
Except for you.
So not fair.
Yeah.
Juan does this to people. He
Sanders-
calls me up and he says, "Play a liberal."
Yeah.
And I just.
Wait, are you really from Vermont?
I am from Vermont. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's one of the few
Well,
that
that
actually
makes sense that
escaped.
you moved to Florida.
So
I did go into the Air Force, and then that kind of was.
I was,
brought me
like,
down. We can talk
shocked.
more about that, but yeah.
I was
Yeah.
shocked. I was like, he's Air Force.
all right,
My
so that
cousins are Air Force.
deserves a sip of tasty
Yes.
high noon. So what
So
you
he
gotta
had no idea. I
you
did
gotta
pretty
you
good.
gotta
Did
you gotta
I do
raise your tall boy there, Sanders.
Yeah. I literally had no idea. I was like, this guy thinks that this guy in a dress is good.
No,
I
Sanders
tried to
is
goad you a little bit with getting your name wrong. I was really.
Yeah,
trying to
I was
push
like,
the
what?
buttons there.
I was like, oh, these liberals can't even listen to my name, but they want to be all about feminism.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yep.
so so now I mean obviously with the with the truth revealed when you see that or when you see the Krista Berg remake on that. I mean let's go back and revisit that conversation. I mean what are your thoughts
I
on
thought
that?
Those lyrics were hilarious.
They're
Yeah, It
funny.
is indicative of
Yeah.
what it would be
Yeah.
today.
No, they're well. I mean, so I guess here's the thing: we can look at something, and like we were just talking here off air before the start of the show about Andrew Dice Clay. Okay, so growing up in the 80s, I had a bootleg copy of Andrew Dice Clay, and it was it was funny. And I guess there's certain things that there's humor, and humor has an appropriate place, and we can. We can tell the kind of jokes that we were telling earlier. We can have a laugh about those things. But we have to understand that certain things have an appropriate place and an appropriate venue. And certain things are best kept private. And so, we can look at I think one of the funniest comedians is John Valby. I don't know if you've ever heard of John Valby.
I haven't.
Dr.
I don't
Dirty.
think I know him.
No.
John Valby, and we'll see if Juan can pull up a John Valby song. Dr. Dirty is what his stage name is. John Valby goes around and he does remakes of popular songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And he does, dirty, filthy, X-rated lyrics. And I guess maybe, the more high noons you have, the funnier it gets. But it's funny.
Is he
And,
like an R-rated version of like
oh,
Weird Al?
X-rated.
Oh,
X-rated.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
It's rated everywhere.
And I mean, it's fun. You get together with a group of people and you go out and, and but you're making a choice to expose yourself to that. And if you're sensitive material, I was head of concert venue security for a music venue, and I remember people came to a Lewis Black show, and I would say by the middle of that, the comedian
he's
Lewis
funny.
Black. Well, but people didn't know what they were
he
getting
still
themselves
alive?
into. I think he is. By the middle of the show, half the people were gone. They were getting up like, oh my God, I can't believe this, because every other word out of Lewis Black's mouth is fuck.
Yeah. He's funny.
But, I think it's one of those things when we start to make this mainstream, that's where I think we really start to illustrate lower standards, tastelessness, and degeneracy invading normal society. You want to do that, and you want to, listen, there's an appropriate venue for it, but it shouldn't be in the front. It shouldn't be the spectacle. It shouldn't become the norm. Would you agree with that?
I agree. It stands on the individual one to make the decision if they want to listen to it or not. And it stands on any parent if they want to expose their kid to it. People want to put it out. Nobody has to consume it. That's just how it is. And if people don't want it, it doesn't get the views and it doesn't get the clicks and it doesn't get the money, it'll get phased out. And that's just how I see it.
I think we actually have a clip of John Valby, if we can pull this up.
They say a girl should always dress for the job she wants. So why are all these girls tonight dressed up like
Kind of find the uncensored version, Juan.
Yeah, come on. What's up with the...
Now they have to make a buck.
That's no fun.
I know. You gotta look on YouTube.
I think he was on YouTube.
Oh, I thought that was Facebook.
He does. He goes down to Florida periodically. He's up here in the Northeast periodically.
still-
Funny as hell.
Is he still doing that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's made a career out of it.
Oh.
So.
Did you all see Sarah Silverman and Jimmy Kimmel lamenting?
Oh, my
how They
God.
don't understand why, people can't talk, and it's why their party is the one doing it, and it's quote the loud voices.
Yep.
And I don't know if you were watching it. I was just screaming at it, going, "You, exactly you're the voices that was shutting everybody down." Especially with Jimmy Kimmel being so pious and on his high horse during COVID, and how he wanted conservatives to not get health care. Or anybody, actually, you don't have to be a conservative. Anybody that didn't agree with him on getting
Or get the vaccine,
that
yeah.
got healthcare. Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel is the last person, especially when he starts talking about feminism and he starts talking about all that. If you remember the Man Show, he's the last person.
Yes.
I mean, what was the opening scene of the Man
Oh my
Show?
God, I forgot he was on the Man Show.
Big-breasted women on
Yeah.
trampolines.
Oh my
you know.
gosh. When did he turn into what he is now?
Juggies and trampoline. Juggies.
Yeah.
The Juggies. So here we go, guys.
He
Let's
should
see if
get
this one
canceled.
works. I don't know.
It doesn't cover fisting unless it's pre-existing. Obamacare. Pick up the phone. Hello, is anybody there? Sign up and you're equipped to get your asshole ripped from that douche Obamacare.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So
So does he shit on liberals or is he just making fun of everybody?
he makes fun of everybody.
Okay.
So he
it's
makes
not
fun of
good, but
everybody.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
want.
I know. That's what, yeah. You want a little of everything.
Yeah. So, one of the things that it's been a while, Keith, since we've had an opportunity to talk and we've done the whole, playing the conservative, playing the liberal thing. And the one thing that I have to say is, and you do this very well, is it's exhausting talking to, and in real life, in talking to somebody, it was getting frustrating and exhausting talking to you, playing
Pretending
that
to be
role
whatever.
because of the nonstop, incessant need to label and compartmentalize everybody.
Did you
I
have to
forgot
research that
exactly
black
what you-
indigenous beat?
Yeah,
beatbox?
when we were talking about the guy who was doing the Krista Berg song, you said, "Well, it's the straight privileged cisgender," and you came up with 14 descriptors for this guy, and just from
After
your
I
own
took some on
experience.
her for having implicit bias. I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I got on you, Kristen, for having implicit bias, and then I exhibited implicit bias. I did the exact same thing, and I did that on purpose because they will often accuse you of something they do.
Yep.
And that's why I did that. And it's
Yeah.
also very exhausting dealing with a person who
it's-
accuse you of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I've said many, many times on my media is that when a leftist or a liberal, when they make an accusation, you can absolutely rest assured that it is in fact a twisted, projected confession.
Oh, 100%.
Always.
Always.
They are always
It
guilty
used to be the joke
tenfold.
if,
Go ahead.
if you had a liberal who came out as a staunch feminist, he was going to have some sexual assault allegation coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It just was like clockwork back in the day. If somebody came out as a staunch feminist, they were going to have some sort of a accusation coming.
Do you remember Congressman Barney Frank?
Oh my God, yes.
So Barney Frank
He
got
died,
into
right?
he did die.
Yes.
Yeah. Barney Frank got into an argument with somebody, and he said, "My God," and it was a conservative that was going after him in a town hall, and he said, "My God, you people are exhausting. Arguing with you is like arguing with a dining room chair." It was so funny, and it's like, wow, because that's exactly how we feel talking to somebody like you. You know, that it's exhausting, and it is mental gymnastics times 10
Oh, yeah.
when you're trying to circumnavigate this minefield of accusations and pejoratives and then the labeling. And that's the thing that I think
Oh,
is the worst.
labeling.
Oh, well, you're so racist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not the person that's literally putting 5 different labels on every human being that I see and compartmentalizing them based upon, gender and then sex and then skin color. And then it's
Oh, yeah.
how can you accuse somebody of doing what you're doing on such an exponentially massive level? It's exhausting.
So it's the soft bigotry of low expectations that folks that are not like you and I, therefore they can't do what you and I can do. That's one thing they don't see. I will give them this. I do believe even the most crazy of liberal who exhibits, ironically, racism and all the isms you could think of, they think they're helping. It's the white savior complex.
Yeah.
They truly believe they're helping,
Mhm.
and they
Yeah.
can't see past themselves because it's also very narcissistic. Like, I'm the savior, I'm the one
Yeah.
who's going to help everybody.
Yep.
And it's very hard to show them that, because even if you show them themselves back in a mirror, yes, that's me, I'm helping. I'm
Mhm.
helping, I'm helping, I'm helping. No, it's a soft bigotry of low expectations. And it's also assuming that you're already better, therefore you're the one who has to help. And
Yeah.
they just can't see it, but they do think they're helping.
And yet they want them to, I used to live in a very liberal city in Massachusetts, and they all had the signs, hate has no home, everyone's legal. But, you walk around, everyone looks like me. And it's like, okay, yeah, we'll help as long as you stay over in your side of the, not come to our, little Pleasantville.
Juan should pull up the video of I forgot what it was. These 2 guys go to this woman's house, and she's got immigration,
Oh, yeah, and they're like,
pro-immigration,
"No, thanks."
and she's like, so you believe that the immigrants should be here? And then she's like, oh, absolutely. And so they whistle, and up pulls a school bus, and 14
She's like, oh, no,
14
our house
Mexicans
space.
come running up, and not in my house.
Not in my house. I did my part. I voted for Kamala.
Or the
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, my
yeah,
God,
I was just gonna
yeah.
say Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's liberals are always very big-hearted when it comes to imposing
Other people's money.
on their
Other people's money.
Exactly. Or other people's property or
But
something else,
also,
as long as it's somebody
they got
else's.
outed when Texas was busing up all the illegal immigrants to all these liberal sanctuary cities, and they were outing themselves, and they were saying, well, that's a border problem. Yes. Thank you for articulating
for
that.
saying
you
that.
have long
It
treated
is.
this as a border problem, therefore not your problem. And yes, it's now been highlighted, and you just said it out loud. It's not my problem, man. That's your problem. And I'm going to keep voting for things that are your problem. And they
Yep.
got outed for that. And I think the word got out because he didn't quite hear it as much. But at the beginning, like, well, that's a border issue. That's a border issue. And you had it might have even been Adams in New York said that's a border issue.
He
Like,
did, yeah.
That's not the message you're supposed to be saying. And he outed himself as they have all these national votes that are affecting people in different regions, except for the people who are voting for it.
Isn't he a Republican now? Is he switching over?
No.
No?
Independent.
Oh, it's an independent. Okay. Yeah, after the
that's-
Democrats kind of.
For them, that's dancing with the devil. They never do that.
Yep.
All right, I see in the future queue here. Looks like we've got some Bill Maher. What do we got?
Makes sense sometimes. And then
You
he
wear Queers for
flip-flops.
Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after the pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but f your feelings. Look at this chart. Have you seen my "In this house we
those
believe"
signs.
lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded.
Wow.
I can't believe you didn't get canceled for using that word.
Yeah.
The R word.
Does that
Even
mean
the word's coming back?
I was going to say, is the R word now back in vogue? So
I think it's back.
I think it's so too.
Yeah.
that's I mean
I have a
that's
funny story about that word.
Go ahead.
I had a friend and she was liberal and we were cool enough that we could like hang out. But I would drop little things in once in a while just to rile her up, and she hated the R word. So in any context, even if you used it to not describe somebody as a pejorative, I would say, "Oh, I was working on the timing on my vehicle. I wanted to get a little more performance out of it, so I had to retard the timing." And don't say that, don't say that. And she'd get so mad at me just for saying it in a different context. And she was a slight leaning liberal, so that was always a fun one for me to try to find ways to slip that in.
Wow. I think,
I think it's
where
bad.
Bill Maher today versus where he
Yeah.
was 10 years ago.
He makes sense.
But he's become,
I can't believe he had Steve Bannon on. Did you guys watch that?
yeah.
When he had Steve Bannon on? It's pretty good.
So Bill Maher is a classic liberal. You can give him that. And he's gone back to his liberal roots. He's a contrarian and he makes his money on being a contrarian. And so whatever's in now, he's a contrarian to it. I do find his sycophantic audience who were cheering for the idea that we couldn't challenge the origins of COVID. They were the same ones back then who were screaming at people
Came
for
from a
challenging
soup
the origins
back.
of COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of
So
that, whatever
they were
happened
the ones who were now cheering for it?
whatever happened to John? I can't remember what was his real name? John Rosenstein or something. John Stewart. Yeah, but Stewart's not his last name because he was too ashamed of his Yiddish heritage.
He does the show on Comedy Central.
He's back on the Daily Show.
Yeah, it's the Daily
Oh,
Show.
is he really?
That's
He's
it.
back on there.
Yeah, after that other guy, the South African Trevor Noah or whatever.
Yeah. What happened to Trevor
God,
Noah?
he was so bad.
He was so bad. I think they replaced him. I think they were like, no, we're gonna have.
I think he was splitting with Jon Stewart for a bit, and I think it's
Yeah.
just Jon Stewart now. Trevor
It
Noah
is-
he's South African. He comes here and then has all this opportunity and then talks so
Yeah.
much. Are we allowed to swear? Oh, the other guy was swearing.
Yeah.
He talks so much shit about our country, but he came here. You always got to
And
love
now he's
that.
on a
You gotta
TV
love
show.
that.
Yeah.
Well, him and his
Yeah.
buddy there, Elon Musk, should just go back to South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do we
don't
got
like
here?
Musk?
Huh?
We don't like Musk?
Oh, he's a fucking degenerate.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a.
Do we want to explore that a little bit, or I don't know?
I'm just gonna leave it there because you know what? It's not worth the time. Everybody, and this is the thing. Juan and I were actually talking about this. I said, remember when he got appointed to Doge and people are like, oh, this is going to be great. And I'm like, let me tell you something. When you have two mega egomaniacs that come together, this is not going to end well. No. Give it time. Give it time. It's going to be fine. I even said to Juan tonight, Juan, geez, once again, I'm right.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm right all the time.
Bannon
I'm right.
called it too.
I don't know.
Everyone watches that. The War
It
Room.
seemed like it was going to end like that. But if anything, we got rid of USAID out of this, and I
Yeah.
think that's pretty awesome. Like,
The problem
Hey,
with
we
it.
got big balls.
The problem with it though, Keith, is that
poor kid.
I know. Did you see that?
the dismantling of all of this government bloat, which didn't really become what it was originally sold as. The problem is that in 3 years, it's going to be back.
Yeah.
It's going to be back. I was recently. I shouldn't say recently. In the past 3 days, I have received 5 direct solicitations from ICE because of my background. They've said, "Hey, listen, please jump in. We want you to come and work for us. $50,000 sign up bonus, $125,000 a year. to start. And I'm like, well, number one, I don't want to move to San Diego or Los Angeles. Thank you very much. And number two, okay, great. What's going to happen in 3 years when the Trump administration is out and now whoever is in Washington, D.C. is now taking all these federal law enforcement agencies and just wholesale hyper slashing everybody. So it's going to be a 3 year. It'll be a 3 year project.
We have ICE down here in Florida, so you'll get it state income tax free, and we actually enforce things down here. Next, so it's got to be that we have, whether it's Vance or I believe probably Rubio or your top two. Rubio is really making an awesome name for himself right now. But before I go too far down that, you have to have the continuation of it, and then also because the media is so muted and is falling on deaf ears now because of all the bad coverage and all the hoaxes and all the bullshit. I don't think they have the sway that they're trying to impart upon the American people when it comes to ICE enforcing things. So when the next one comes in, let's say it's a liberal, they're going to have to make the case to the American people that all of these people that we've gotten out and all of these crime statistics, which are going to bear fruit, they're going to have to go in there and say, well, we're going to pull out the agents, and it's for a good reason. That's a really hard sell. This is an 80-20 issue. And if they're going to come in and say that we're going to pull back funding for ICE, they're going to be on the losing end really quick. It's not going to be that drastic. It's an 80-20 issue. Even with the media pushing Maryland Dad and Alcatraz, Alligator Alcatraz, even with them pushing all that nonsense, it's not swaying people. People know that these people need to get out.
Hey, Hanson.
Yeah.
For a second there, I got scared.
They were coming for you?
When you said that you had 5 solicitations from ICE, I thought it was to deport me.
Oh, well, you got to stay out of the Home Depot parking lots, Juan.
And Juan, you're Puerto Rican.
I can't do it.
You're Puerto Rican. You're like technically part of the United States.
Here, this is all you need to do. Just repeat.
Right, Dominican, you'd be gone.
Here's how you ensure you're safe. Ready? Repeat after me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mrs.
Yes, Mrs.
No, Mrs.
No, Mrs.
I was born in Chicago.
I was born in Chicago.
There we go. Okay, you got it. You're as American as they come.
Hey, speaking of Dominican, somebody said Dominican, one of the two of you. Look at this one.
I did.
Let me get this straight. Nearly 700 Dominicans have been taken from the island of Puerto Rico and brought to the United States, not for asylum or citizenship, but to be detained and deported back to the DR. Because even though Puerto Rico is part of America, for years, it's been operating with zero accountability and corrupt politicians, but not anymore. Trump is cleaning house, and this week, he fired 5 Democrats from Puerto Rico's Financial Oversight Board. Why? Because they were burning through taxpayer dollars while Puerto Ricans are suffering. Some of these board members were paying themselves $200,000 a year when the average household income on the island is $20,000. Now, ICE is stepping in. Raids are targeting illegal workers who are mostly Dominicans. The thing is, Puerto Rico doesn't even have a detention center, so they're being flown to the U.S. mainland. All of this is happening months before Puerto Rico votes on whether to become America's 51st state. Calm down, Canada. So the question is, if they vote for statehood, great. But if they vote for independence, what does that mean about their U.S. citizenship?
Well,
what are your thoughts?
Make Puerto Rico great again.
Me, as a Puerto Rican, what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think you will be surprised of my thoughts. I do not want Puerto Rico to be a state. I used to believe.
I wasn't surprised.
Huh? You're not?
I wasn't surprised. No.
Yeah, no. I don't
know what
want.
happens if it becomes a state.
Exactly. When I lived in Puerto Rico, I wanted Puerto Rico to become a state. I do not want Puerto Rico to become a state right now because they will get what? 2 Democrat senators.
2 senators.
And they will get about 5 more Democrat congressmen.
But is it only the apportioning of representatives, or are there other reasons?
No, it's affecting the United States.
Because Puerto Rico, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Puerto Ricans have all of the benefit with really none of the...
Yeah, they don't have to pay taxes. Yep. It's federal taxes, but that's not the point. The point is that the Democrats will have a forever majority. Just like if they make...
Well, as a territory, they don't get represented in Congress. They have...
a
what
speaker.
Do they call them? Juan,
it's a representative without a vote.
Wait,
Correct.
You think that Puerto Rico would really go...
Oh, yes. Definitely will go Democrat.
Absolutely.
Democrat.
Oh, never mind.
So that's why the main reason why I don't want Puerto Rico to be a state.
Wow.
What is the primary reason why Puerto Rico is predominantly Democrat?
Probably the same reason Hawaii is, because
Why?
they're so
Yeah.
dependent on outside help that they don't have the interstate commerce between the other states. They're geographically dislocated. There's a lot of social programs there.
Yeah.
Same thing. I believe it's because of that.
Why is New York? Why is LA? Why is
Yeah.
Seattle? Same reasons. So it is.
Well, those wouldn't be
unfortunate.
geographical so much as it's the city tends to draw in people who are looking for resources from
Yeah.
government.
Now, Keith Sanders, since you live in Florida, and it is my belief that there's more Puerto Ricans actually outside the island than are inside the island. That's a fact. Second, the Puerto Ricans that live in Florida, for example, they tend to be more conservative than the Puerto Ricans that live in the island.
That's what I've seen for sure. And then you also get the Puerto Ricans who come from New York. So I've been told when they're on the island, they say they're going to go afuera, but that literally just means New York or Florida.
Oh, Florida.
And so the ones that go to New York are extremely liberal. And then eventually they'll make their way down to Florida. And then they end up just being exposed to what Florida actually is. And then they too eventually start coming around and they're more conservative. The
That's
Hispanic population out here is very conservative, especially the Cubans.
Oh, yes. So.
Mm.
Anyway, I got another video, actually, a video from way, way back. It's actually a historical video from Kristen's life.
Oh.
What are you most looking forward to when you grow up?
Spending all of my daddy's money.
That's my youngest daughter. You got it mixed up.
You didn't get upset, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Well, if I could, never mind. But, It's a little inside joke.
My second daughter took me to dinner for my birthday and pulled out her Amex, which she's an authorized user of, from my Amex to pay for it.
Smart kid.
But
Hey,
then
you
she
know
pulled
what?
it back. No, then she pulled it back. She pulled it back and actually paid for it. But she played a joke on me. She goes, "I got dinner," and pulled out my Amex.
There you go.
Okay, guys. So I have one last video, and it has to do with the way things were and the way things are, just like that song. So.
Idiocracy.
Literally.
I would like to
Idiocracy.
say, actually, Gen Z is starting to have a rise of what they call the trad wife. I don't know if it's because generations always want to rebel against the generation in front of them, and millennials were very rah woman, hear me roar, and I'll be what I want, do what I want, wet ass pussy, all that sort of stuff. But Gen Z is seeing an uptick in the return to the trad wife, as they call it. But trad wife is said again as a pejorative. It's in
Yeah.
a derogatory manner.
It's a derogatory.
That's how
Yeah.
they use it.
I didn't realize, and I said it.
But those that,
I got lectured.
yeah,
Pretty good.
but those that want it, I'm seeing it anecdotally on the rise that younger women are like, I don't want to go in the workforce. I do want to take care of my family, and I do want my husband to take the lead on our families. I've been seeing more of it, and I would
It's like that
hope it continues
ballerina
to rise,
farm.
even if it's just to be counterculture. It would be great if there was more of it, if we went back to those norms.
I've been saying for years it's going to be wonderful when, the modern kids rebel against their parents and they go out and they say, you know what? Fuck you, mom and dad. There's only two genders, and now I'm going to go start a business. What a wonderful day that will be.
That would be fantastic.
Maybe it's
We
happening.
kind of
I
saw in
know.
the 2024 election. Do you see
Yeah.
the youth swing that
Yeah.
went to
Yeah.
Republican?
Yeah.
Because it was cool to be Republican.
Yeah.
Well, and I think one of the biggest reasons, especially when you look at the at the white younger population,
Especially white
especially the
males.
males, because they're sick and tired of being told that they
They
are the source of every
every-
single problem.
They
everything
essentially suck.
Yeah, it's that everybody else has a privilege, except for you, and you're the cause of all the problems because of your whiteness and because of your middle class status and because of your Christian faith and and they're rebelling against that. I mean, nobody wants to be told that they're a miserable person and that they are responsible for all of society's ills.
The frat boys took
Blue
over
collar
in
working white
2024.
men as well.
Yeah.
Frat boys for sure in that
Yep.
generation, blue collar men in front of them. They're like, yeah, I want to support these causes, but I also don't want to be the cause of all the problems because I'm not. And that's why the Democrat Party still has a major man problem because the men got sick of it.
Yeah. Defeminizing all the men.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, demasculating, making them feminist.
Yeah.
Emasculating.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And defeminizing the women, making them just all thems.
You know what? I am sad to say this, but we are out of time.
It was a fun one, Kristen.
Yes, thank you. Dang,
problem.
I can't
Thanks
believe
for
even
playing
Lee was
along.
in on it.
Kristen,
Yeah.
appreciate you getting out of Market Basket a little bit earlier tonight.
Right? I
So
did.
got all those young
Well, the
cashiers.
store closes, I think, at 9.
You think?
I know.
Well, you don't actually know because you're stuck in the back counting out
I
cash
work
stores.
during the day, so.
Oh, you don't have to close.
Yeah, no.
That's good.
I pay my dues.
But certainly appreciate your being here. Keith Sanders, always a pleasure. Great to see you again, sir.
Thanks.
And stay safe and be well down there in the great state of Florida.
Jealous.
Love it. Thanks for having me on. You should be.
That is going to do it for this week's edition of Shadow Band. I would love to be able to tell you where to find the show, but I actually don't know because you're on TikTok, and you're on Getter, and you're on Clout Hub, and you're on Facebook, and X, and what else? Instagram, and Snapchat, and OnlyFans, and and Tinder. You can swipe right. So you can find Juan's profile at Puerto Rican Big Daddy 69. That's also his OnlyFans channel as well too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. I don't know if Tyler fucking History and Julie are going to be back next week or not. I don't know. They've had some pretty crazy schedules, so I've got to figure out what's going on with them. But somebody will be here next week to carry on the proverbial torch. So from all of us at Shadow Band production team, everybody behind the scenes, thank you so much for checking out the show, and we will catch you next week.